Hi, my name is Wade Botcherbeck, and today I'll be teaching you guys about the game of basketball. Next, we're going to talk about scoring. Scoring comes in a couple different ways for the game of basketball. There's either you can score a two-pointer for your team, which we'll talk about here in a second, or you can score a three-pointer for your team. So first we'll start with two-pointers. Two-pointers come in three different ways. For the first, a layup, which is the easiest way to score 2 points for your team. You'll drive in with the ball, and you'll continue until you're right by the basket, and then you lay it up off the backboard until it goes in. The next way to score 2 points is by taking a mid-range jump shot. A mid-range jump shot is any shot that comes inside the three-point line that I am outlining, but without being as close to the basket as a layup. Now we're moving on to talk about three-pointers. Three-pointers are very simple and very easy to talk about. So this line right here is known as the three-point line. So in order to take a three-point shot, you need to take a shot from anywhere in this area or beyond this area if you are trying to score on this hoop. These are two of the easiest ways in order to score while you're on offense. Next, we're going to move on to talk about defense. Defense is one of the key ways in order to win the game of basketball. As you can see, I already have the board set up in what is called man-to-man defense. So let's say that this offensive player, this X right here, has the ball. This defender, being the circle, is as close to him as possible, trying to get him to turn the ball over as fast as possible. These two are what's called deny defense. Deny defense is denying the pass to the closest person. So as you can see, this offensive player and this offensive player are only one pass away, so they're up with hand up in the passing lane trying to deny the ball. These two players, however, are in what's called help side defense. Help side defense is try and help in case the person with the ball drives middle, in which case this man would step up in order to try and stop him from getting to the basket. Now I have the board set up into zone defense. This specific zone defense is called a 2-3. There are always 2 people at top and 3 people along the bottom in a 2-3 zone. A 2-3 zone is built to slow the pace of the game down and to force a team to shoot more rather than get layups. So the way this works is a zone defense is split up into a specific zone. I know that sounds simple. So this man right here would be responsible for anything in this area right here. So if this man were to drop, then he would be responsible in order to try and close out if he were to shoot the ball. This man is responsible for all of this area up here, which these 2 people on offense are in. Similar, just mirroring that, the other top side defender is responsible for this area over here, which these 2 players are in. Then mirroring this corner, this defensive player would be responsible for everything over here on this side. And everything in the middle of this lane, what is called the lane, is what this man right here in the middle, who is typically your biggest, tallest guy that you have on the team. The last thing that we'll talk about in this video are fouls. A blocking foul would be committed if the offensive player tries to dribble past the defender and the defender slides over and throws his body into the offensive player in order to try and get his movement to change direction. A hand checking call is very similar to a blocking call, but the only difference is instead of using your body, you're using your hands in order to try and dictate which way the offensive player is going to move. The final most common call that happens during a basketball game for the defensive side of the ball is holding. Holding happens when you grab another player's jersey and drag him around the court wherever you want him to go. The first most often called offensive foul is over the back. Over the back happens when one person is getting boxed out and tries to jump over the defender in order to try and get the rebound. A charge happens when an offensive player lowers their shoulder and tries to run through a defender who has their feet set in one position and falls down. The last most common offensive foul that is called in the game of basketball is called a moving screen. This offensive player is going to come set a screen on the defender, and while this offensive player is trying to dribble around, the defender is going to follow him. However, the person that set the screen will not stay set and will move with the defender. These are just a few tips and tricks that you can use the next time you go to a basketball game in order to share your knowledge with your peers.